Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anjali. Today's video is going to be day 1 of Think in English challenge. So without wasting any further time of yours, let's get into this video. So here I'm going to discuss about the very important thing, very crucial thing that is going to help you to start Think in English. Tell me, what is that thing? What you need to do here, I'm going to tell about 3 topics that you need to cover in order to think in English. And trust me, this is something that I love doing it, that I enjoy doing it. And back then I used to do it and still I do it. And in this video, I'm going to share with you all what is that thing. Just hear me out. You need to do everything in English. Hear me out properly. You need to do everything in English. What does that mean? That's mean before doing any work, you need to speak it in English. You need to think about it in English. And that is the thing that I still do. And that gives me good results. That gives me enormous results when it comes to speak in English. Here, we just need to make ourselves to think in English. And thinking in English is similar to talking to your own self in English. That is true because whatever we are thinking, that is the way we are talking to, whatever we are thinking in English, we are talking to our own self. We are making ourselves to think in English, and that is similar to talking to your own self. So what you need to do, whatever you do in a day, before doing that thing, you need to speak about it. For example, before creating this video, I said to myself, Anjali, get ready of creating the video. And as I got ready, I said to myself, just set a camera and start creating a video. So before doing all those things, before setting up a camera, I said to myself, just set a camera and start creating a video. 2 hours ago, I was making lemon water. So what is the process of making lemon water? I was describing that process to my own self. That you just need to cut the lemon into 2 pieces and then squeeze the lemon. And while squeezing that lemon, I said, oh, it's very juicy. So whatever you do before doing that work, you just need to speak it. Whatever household chores you do and whatever you love doing it, whatever you enjoy doing it, you just need to speak all those things in your day-to-day life. And this is how this thing is going to help you. This is how you will start think in English. And the second topic that I want to talk, that usually we have this tendency to think about our future. In a day, so many times we think about our future, that tomorrow I'm going to do this, tomorrow I'm going to do that. So either you can write it down or you can speak about it. And I do both of the things. I write them down that these are the things that I'm going to do tomorrow. Just like making a to-do list. I make to-do list before sleeping each and every day. That helps me to become habitual. That helps me to know about what I need to do tomorrow. And at the same time, I also practice speaking English in that way. And trust me, it helps me a lot. It helps me both of the ways. It also helps me to make my schedule, and at the same time, it helps me to improve my English. And the same thing you need to do. Whatever you are going to think about future, you just need to think in English. Describe whatever you are going to do in future. You just need to speak all those things. For example, so tomorrow I've decided, nowadays I'm not getting time to do studies, that tomorrow I'm going to wake up early in the morning so that I'm going to get a lot more time to do studies in the morning time. So this is how you can write them down, that tomorrow I'm going to wake up early in the morning so that I can do study. Yeah, so whatever you need to do tomorrow, whenever it comes to make your schedule, whenever it comes to make your to-do list, just speak all those things in English and write them down and work over it the very next day. And the most important thing, the third one, that is, what did you do yesterday? Whatever happened yesterday, you just need to speak all those things as it is. Yeah, make a story, because yesterday whatever occurred, something amazing was occurred and something disgraceful was occurred yesterday. So whatever was happened yesterday, you just need to speak it as it is, and do not rush, because usually we, whenever we talk about yesterday, we rush that I woke up at this time and then I did this, I did that. No, just speak it, think about it, that at what time did I wake up yesterday. So think about it and then speak. Yeah, yesterday I woke up around 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I brushed my teeth, I went inside my room, I took my books and I go to the stairs, I studied there, and after doing study I did meditation. So all these things, whatever you did yesterday, you just need to describe all those things. You just need to recite all those things just as a story, just as thinking like that you are telling a story to your own self. And it is going to be very amazing when you're going to, when you're going to recite that, what, when you're going to tell whatever you have done yesterday, when you're going to tell all those things to your own self, you will see improvement. You will see like, okay, so these are the things that happened with me yesterday, so I'm becoming habitual to speak all those things in English. And trust me, once you will become habitual of think in English, that is going to help you to start speaking in English and to speak in English naturally without forcing yourself. And this is how, देखो, I always say the most important thing, we need to take baby steps, small steps that is going to help us to start think in English. And that is why I have talked about these three things. Whenever we, whatever we do in our day to day life, if we are going to practice all those things, that is going to help us to speak over out, to speak about them. Because the most important thing, usually what we talk about our work. Yeah, we talk about our work, that what we do in our day and how we do in our day. So we usually talk about those things. And once you become habitual of talking about all those things, trust me, it is going to be very easier for you to speak about all those things naturally without forcing yourself. And that thing is going to help you once you started thinking in English, once you started describing all those things that happens in your life, that happens in your day to day life. So this is how think in English is going to work for you. And you need to make sure that whatever household chores and whatever work you do during a day, you just need to speak about it before doing it. Yeah, for example, if somebody is going to tell me, Anjali, get me a glass of water. So what I would say to myself, I'm going inside the kitchen to get a glass of water for my grandmother. Simple. So this is how, before doing that work, you just need to speak to your own self. That's it. And this thing is definitely going to work for you. And when you do this thing only for 10 to 15 days, just see the result. I'm assuring you that you are going to see great result, you are going to see enormous result, and you would say, yeah, it worked for me. And trust me, it's going to work for you all once you start inculcate all these things that I have told you in this video. If you're going to implement all those things in your day-to-day life, just see the result, how it's going to work for you. Okay, here one more thing I need to inculcate. Thinking in English is a process. You are not going to think in English within a span of 7 days, but make sure that you are going to improve. Directly, I want to say that you need to force yourself to think in English. Then it's going to work for you. You need to pay your time, you need to pay your efforts towards it. And then you will start seeing the results. Maybe in your initial stage, you might struggle, you might feel like, oh my God, it is very difficult. Once you started speaking whatever occurs in your day-to-day life, after some time you are going to elaborate the conversation. Trust me, it is going to happen with you naturally. In your initial stage, you might struggle, you might find difficulties, but the same thing is going to happen. In my initial stage, I faced the same situation, the situation you are facing right now. You are having the same situation. How am I going to think in English? Yeah, is it going to be difficult? But most important thing that is going to help you, you need to force yourself to think in English, because nothing is going to happen without efforts. Yeah, you need to pay your efforts, you need to give your time towards it, and then it's going to work for you. Right now, in my initial stage, was it very easier for me to think in English? No, it wasn't. It wasn't very easier for me to think in English. But what I did, I started paying a lot more attention. I started forcing myself to think in English. Whenever you think in your mother tongue, you need to switch your mother tongue and start thinking in English. If you want to speak in English, this is going to be the first and foremost process that is going to help you to think in English. You are going to make sure that whatever you do in a day, whatever household chores you do in a day, whatever exercise you perform during a day, whatever occurs in your day to day life, you just need to speak about all those things in English. And see how think in English is going to be very easier for you, how speaking in English is going to become very easier for you. You won't push yourself to think in English. You won't force yourself to think in English. Naturally, you are going to think in English. So this is it for today's video. I hope you found this video very informative. I hope you enjoyed day one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends and family members so that they can get some idea from this video how to think in English. So I'll see you soon in the next video with day 2 think in English challenge. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's challenge. What you need to do? Just start implementing all those things in your day-to-day life. I'll see you soon in the next video. Radhe Radhe to you all.